Here we are in Arches. We're traveling around Utah to show you guys a 1, 3, and 7-day itinerary that you can do in the national parks. We're starting in Arches, then we're gonna head up to Capitol Reef and Bryce Canyon.
The 1-day itinerary is set in Arches because you can drive through it relatively quickly and you can see most of the rock formations just from your car. So if you don't have much time, then this is the perfect park for you.
As you can see, it snowed. So we're in a Subaru Outback, so we're set, but make sure that you're in a car that can handle snow and icy conditions and stuff because it can get a little bit dangerous in here.
All right, so where are we going?
First, let's turn on the X mode since we're driving through some snow and ice.
Good call.
But we're headed up to see Balanced Rock.
Okay.
Which is supposed to be really cool.
Let's do it. We started at Balanced Rock, this massive, seemingly balancing rock, even though it's really just sort of being held up by a layer of mudstone.
There's the north window, south window, and then there's a turret arch. And they're...
And double arch.
Double arch too.
That's also part of it.
We saw double arch too.
Yeah. Typically, if it's not snowing, you could actually go up and get a view out of that smaller arch right there. But since it's snowing, it might not be the safest thing.
Okay, here we are in front of double arch.
Ah.
Check it out.
There's one, there's two.
There's the double.
Yeah.
And here we are, the other double.
Double on double, double, double.
Ooh, that sounds good. These are the north and south windows.
Yeah, it's cool that everything is so close to each other.
This right behind us is the north window. You can see this huge crack that's been forming in there. And then we're gonna head down this pathway a little bit more and get a view of the turret arch, which you can see right over there. And then the south window is a little bit behind this.
Now that we have seen a few really good spots at Arches, we are going to pack it on up and we're going to go to Capitol Reef to do the 3-day itinerary option.
Buckle up.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Capitol Reef. We made it to our 3-day itinerary where we are going to do a lot of really cool activities. We are currently in Fruita Campgrounds, which is the only campground in Capitol Reef. We've seen a lot of wildlife so far, which is really cool.
I literally am looking at a deer right
there.
now. Right over there is Cohab Canyon. When you get up there, you have a really great view of the Fruita Campgrounds. It's called Cohab Canyon because of the Mormon settlers that were here. It's a bunch of little switchbacks and then you'll get up in there and it's really beautiful views.
It's kind of tough. The switchbacks are very inclined.
Yeah, the switchbacks are tough.
We're done with the switchbacks.
Yeah, and we sprinted up them. That's why you may hear us breathing heavy.
We don't recommend that everybody sprint up, only if you're in like peak physical condition.
Yeah.
Which we are.
So once you get past the switchbacks, there's this lovely, beautiful canyon made up primarily of sandstone in the beginning. The large sandstone walls that you see on either side undergo this process called calving, I think. Essentially, when the rock, because it's so brittle, large pieces of it fall off. And apparently the sound of that is so loud that you can hear it from a great distance away.
And then it'll cover everything around it with like this dust.
If you go farther into the canyon still, you'll also see that in addition to sandstone, there is limestone.
That bit is limestone.
The white.
And then you can see over there in the distance.
Sandstone.
Let's talk about Capitol Gorge. Capitol Gorge. And may I just say, it is gorgeous. You just are walking on a flat riverbed almost that's in between these canyon walls. You see a lot of cool things that are, you know, petroglyphs on the walls and what's it called? The
Pioneer Register.
The Pioneer Register. Ryan.
I know.
You okay?
You'll also notice that if you go on this trail, there is black streaks throughout the canyon, and that is desert varnish, I believe it's called, which is essentially magnesium that, because of rainfall, gets carried from the top of the rock formation down to the bottom.
So see how Ryan keeps going off path? You shouldn't do that. If you come here, make sure you stay on the pathway.
It's our job.
So I'm kind of like the example here, and Ryan's kind of like like what not to do. Just keep that in mind as you're watching. I don't know.
If you want to see more petroglyphs than you would see at Capitol Gorge, you can go to this really easy boardwalk that's on the main road. It's called Petroglyph Panels, and it's really easy to see. There's also telescopes if you want to get a really close view, and there's a lot of them. There's a family that you see straight ahead.
Yeah, it was super cool. We had a great time in the park. We're going to continue on our 7-day itinerary and head over to Bryce Canyon.
All right, we're going to North Campgrounds.
Cool.
All right, so we made it to Bryce Canyon. It is the last of the Utah parks for our 1, 3, and 7-day adventure. On the way, we actually stopped off. We took a little detour.
We checked out Pando Forest, which it's the world's largest living organism.
It actually originated as a single quaking aspen, I believe.
They're all connected, so it's pretty much like one giant tree, right?
Yeah, they're all speaking beneath us in the roots, so to speak.
And all the aspens have the little eyes, so they're all just staring at us. That's an eye. It's a good one. The snow is very deep here. As you can see, we got it like up to in our boots and everything.
This is actually like a pretty shallow spot.
This is a shallow spot.
Yeah, I fell a couple times.
Yeah. And then after that, we started our drive to Bryce Canyon, where we are now, and we stopped when we saw a little opening, and I got to make a snow angel, which I've been wanting to make. So cold.
You gotta go, maybe push your head in.
More?
Ow, that hurt.
Just one more time. We're currently in North Campgrounds, which is a lovely area. We're just chilling here, figuratively and literally. So far, after we've entered the park, we checked out Sunset Point, checked out this overlook where you could see Thor's hammer, which is one of many hoodoos.
I feel
Out of breath.
in peak physical condition. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, I'm at my peak.
She's peaked.
She's peaked, people. We headed to Queen's Garden, which is about a 3/4 mile trail down. Whoa! Whoa! Who's a hoodoo? Who?
That's a hoodoo. Right there, right there. And there is a massive colony of hoodoos right there.
That's a window right there.
Oh yeah.
See? So the windows form, and then eventually they just grow, and then that will eventually become
two separate
two separate hoodoos.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's really crazy looking. Ah, there's trash. On the trail. I'm picking it up. Leave no trace.
Well done. All right, so we made it to the end of the trail.
Made it to Queen's Garden.
There's the old queen being visited by the new queen. You have to squint a little bit.
It's supposed to be her sitting on a throne like this.
Yeah. Here in a minute, we're going to go to Peekaboo Trail to finish up our Utah Parks adventure. I wonder why they call it Peekaboo.
Because you like are coming out through all these things and it's like, oh, all of a sudden you see them, you know?
Yeah, okay. We're about, what, halfway through?
Probably about halfway.
We just came across this awesome view. This is probably the most hoodoos that I've seen at one time, and it's really awesome.
This, I believe, is a window that's starting to fall apart, and eventually this is gonna become its own hoodoo.
Yeah, so
like you can see here.
Connected up top.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then this is gonna get thinner, and then eventually it's just gonna be its own thing.
Cool.
Awesome.
We're taking a break. We got to the bottom of the canyon, saw some windows, saw some hoodoos.
Saw some big holes in the snow where people had stepped off the trail and gone like 4 feet deep.
It's like goat trails. It's so thin.
Yeah, you're like on the side of a mountain.
You feel like a goat, essentially.
The hardest part of the trail is going up, so.
So we're just sort of like getting mentally prepared for that.
Replenishing our nutrients.
Taking a little breather.
Checking out the overlook. Well, we finished our 7-day itinerary in Utah.
We have peaked Peekaboo. We have conquered Queen's Garden. We have witnessed the arches. We've done so much.
We've done so much. We were in 3 parks, Feels like we've been here a month, but it was so much fun. Everything was beautiful.
Got super tan.
Me too.
Got crazy hat hair. This was amazing. It was snowy and it was tough terrain at times, but it was all worth it. I would do it all over again.
Yeah, we definitely have to come back. And if you guys have been to any of these parks and you think that we missed something, then just let us know in the comments.
Otherwise, enjoy all of the beauty that these parks have to offer. Hopefully you don't just watch this video, you go see for yourself, because it really is beautiful. All right. What a beautiful angel. Good job.
Thank you. I'm proud of it.